What's up, guys? This is Chris and I'm back again with another video. Yes, this video is the much anticipated video you all have been waiting on. I've had so many requests on it. It's the how to set up guide for the Nvidia Shield. Now there is a disclaimer there. Once again, I always like to throw the disclaimers out there. You can set it up pretty much however you want, but I want to give you guys kind of a baseline as far as setting it up the way that I feel like it should be set up to start out. Now, obviously, I want you guys to make the box your own. So there are many ways that you can do that. You can add personal touches, different things that that you want to add to it, different add-ons, different APK files. You can do so much with Nvidia Shield. And so I'm just throwing that disclaimer out there. Once you learn a little bit more about it and the basics of it, then you can start making it your own. But these are going to be the things that I feel that are most important as far as setting Nvidia Shield up. So I'm excited about showing you. Welcome to the green team, guys. For those of you all that are new to the Nvidia Shield, this is by far the best box out there. I recommend this totally. I'm not at all endorsed by Nvidia Shield or anybody else, but you know, I own one. I've owned one for a while now and I absolutely love it. Best decision I ever made as far as an Android box goes. There's just so much that you can do on that. So welcome to the team, guys. I really think you're going to love this box. There's just so much to offer. So we're going to go ahead and get started real quickly. I just want to go ahead and give a shout out once again to all you guys that are subscribing, the ones that have supported me from the beginning. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. Continue liking the videos, continue sharing the videos. Help me out as much as you can, guys. Also, if you are new to the channel, this is your first time coming across because you got a new Nvidia Shield, you want to check it out. Best way to set it up. Welcome, guys. Glad to have you on board. But don't forget to click on that link below and hit subscribe because we do so much wonderful things on this channel. I do how-to videos like we're doing today. I do streaming device reviews. This is kind of a streaming device review plus, you know, kind of how-to videos. So I do streaming device reviews. Then I turn around and I actually give those streaming devices away as a contest giveaway. So we do contest giveaways too. But you have to be a subscriber to win, and that's the most important thing. And then last but not least, I do a lot of build reviews. So I check out the top trending builds out there, and with Fresh Kodi, I show you guys how to download it, install it, do reviews on the builds themselves. So welcome aboard. And one last thing, I promise you, please don't forget to click that bell. That way you guys will be notified of any new videos that I come out with. So as you can see, we're looking at a fresh stock factory reset Nvidia Shield. The first thing you're going to notice is the little voice option to search and your keyboard at the top. You also have your recommendation rows. Now this is going to change depending on you know, what you like and what your dislikes are, but it'll keep updating based on that. Then you have your app row here. So these are the apps that come with it right off the bat. As you can see, there's Netflix, YouTube. You got your Google Play Store right there. You got Amazon. You also have Google Play Music if you have an account. Voodoo, Google Play Games, Plex. So some good stuff there, guys. Just right off the bat, you have some pretty good options. And then you have a game row. So when you download games, every game that you download is going to show up here unless it's an APK file, and that may actually show up in a different section. I'm going to go over that with you guys in a section. And then we have our settings, network settings, Shield accessories, and your power buttons here. So what we're going to touch on today is we're going to touch on, like I said, the basics, getting you set up with the settings. I want to talk about, real quickly, I want to talk about adding an external hard drive. I have one. The Nvidia Shields come stocked with either 16 gigs memory, or you can get the Pro that has the 500 gigs. You don't necessarily really need the Pro model. You could get the regular version. And what I've done is I've added an external hard drive. It's a 1 terabyte Seagate external hard drive. I bought it from Walmart for about 50, 60 bucks. So it's really all I need. and it gives me a lot of storage space for what I use it for. I have plenty. I rarely have used anything over, you know, pretty much my 16 gigs, and everything that I'm showing you today will fit comfortably into that 16 gig. But if you want to expand, do different things, add more games, then you're going to have that external hard drive. So just kind of keep that in mind. Now I prefer Seagate because I've used it before. That's what I ended up going with this time. And I'll provide links in the description box where you can actually purchase all this stuff as well, and where you can get a good deal on it. All right, so I definitely recommend that. And then last but not least, I always recommend having a wireless keyboard, especially when you're getting into some of the web browsing and things like that. It's a whole lot simpler if you have a nice wireless keyboard, or you can have a wired keyboard. It just makes it a little bit harder. You have to, stay closer to the unit. But I have a Logitech K400. It's about 25 bucks, very cheap, and it does the job. It's basically whatever I've used it for, it's worked perfectly. All right. So remember, guys, don't forget to share, like the videos. That's the way you can support me the most, is just by sharing the videos, telling people about me, and liking the videos and watching, because I do want to be your #1 Kodi source. All right, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to dive right into this. We're going to go down to settings, and we're going to go ahead and click enter. I don't do a whole lot in the settings menu. I mean, I really don't. And you'll see that there's just certain things that I like to do that are needed to do. All right. So the first thing we want to do is we're going to scroll all the way down to where we see security and restrictions. We're going to go ahead and click on that. And then the very top thing, it says unknown sources. Just go ahead and click enter and OK. And that'll allow you to download things to Kodi. Next thing, if you scroll down, it says verify apps. I'll go ahead and click off on this. All right. So that way I'm not having to, worry about disallowing any installation of apps, that may cause harm. You don't have to verify it, things like that. And that's all I do there. The next thing I like to do is I like to go up to the home screen and click enter, and then go to apps and games rows. And then you can actually, it says sort automatically by recent usage. If you go ahead and click that, you can, depending on your usage, everything is going to be on the left-hand side. I'll show that here in just a second. Or you can reorder your apps rows or games rows however you want. But I'm going to go ahead and do this because, whatever we use the most is going to be right there closest to where we need it to be. All right, so I go ahead and do that, backspace. And then one last thing, you can do this if you want, if you don't want, but if you click about and then go all the way down to where it says build. Now, if you just rapidly start selecting your button, it's going to go down to you are now a developer. So you have to click it enough times, I think it's 5 times, and now you become a developer. So that gives you a little bit more options as far as your settings goes. So from here, we just go ahead and backspace. And now when we scroll down, before we didn't see this, but now we have developer options. So the reason I like this is because this actually speeds your system up, clicking back and forth and things like that. So we can go into developer options, and then we can go all the way down to where it says window animation scale. Okay, there's window animation scale, transition animation scale, and animator duration scale. All right, we can speed things up a little bit by clicking enter and then going down to where it says 0.5x instead of the 1x. All right, we're going to do the same thing for all 3 of these. And you'll notice that there's probably not going to be a whole lot of difference between up and down, but when you go back and forth, in between your menus there on your settings, it's a lot faster process. So that's just something you can do. You don't necessarily have to do it. And that's pretty much all I do. Now, if you add an external hard drive, all you have to do is just plug and play. You pick the USB port that you want to put it in, and then hit storage and reset, and then you would click on that external hard drive. Okay, and it'll show up right underneath the internal shared storage. As you can see, we have a total space of 11 gigs. All right, but that's pretty much all I do. If you want to go into display and sound, you can make sure that your resolution fits the right TV that you have. You can tell that I have a 4K TV, content TV, so it's already recommended that I use that. And you can also click on system sounds if you want, and you'll notice that no longer do you have those clicking noises. That was a little bit annoying. But I'll go ahead and keep them on there. Now we just go back out to the main menu, and as you can see, we have our apps here. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and add on to these apps. Now these apps are the ones that I feel like are most needed. So the first thing we're going to do is go into Google Play Store. Oops, I hit the wrong one. And then we're going to go up to the little search box, and then we're going to click over to where we can actually type it in. All right, so the first thing you're going to need is ES File Explorer. So much like all other Android devices, the Fire Stick, whatever, you want to have this downloaded. So we're going to go ahead and click that and hit install and accept. Now this is where we're going to control our external and internal memory. This is where we can go in and access our downloads. If you have things that are set up under the internal, you can actually go into the ES File Explorer and you can actually transfer or move those files that you download to internal. Once you get your external hard drive, you can move those to those locations. You can name that file, put it in that file under the external hard drive. So there's a lot of things that you can do that you can learn over time. And we'll do different videos along the way to show you guys that. All right, so now we've got an ES File Explorer downloaded. The next thing we want to download is we want to download some actual video players. All right, you're going to need these video players for certain apps that you download or APK files. Okay, so VLC player is going to be one of them. Okay, we're going to go ahead and hit backspace, and then we're going to go ahead and download the MX player as well. Go ahead and hit install. Okay, go ahead and hit backspace, and we're going to go up, and now we're going to download Kodi. Everybody wants Kodi. And go ahead and install. Now the one great thing about what I'm showing you guys today and what you're downloading, there may not necessarily be a need for Kodi. I mean, yes, you want to try different builds. I always recommend that by all means. But what I'm showing you today and what you're going to be downloading, you really, honestly, the initial setup has a lot of stuff that you would just be able to find through Kodi anyway. All right, so we're going to go back up. Now we've got Kodi, and we're going to download Sideload Launcher. Okay. Now this is a very important app because there's going to be a lot of things that you may download through the web browser that you're not going to actually be able to see on that app row that I was telling you about. Okay, so it's automatically, if it's not going to be in there, it's going to shoot itself into the Sideload Launcher, and that's where you're going to find those apps. All right, so the next one that we're going to download is TV Repo app. And we'll go ahead and install that. Now, TV App Repo is a great little app because there are things, once again, that go into Sideload Launcher that's not going to show up on your app row. But with TV App Repo, this will actually give you the ability to organize and pull out those Sideload Launcher apps onto your main screen. So that way you don't have to go back and forth through Sideload Launcher to your main native leanback launcher menu. All right, and then the last thing that we're going to download is Fire DL. And that app is actually really good. A lot of people use that one, and I'm gonna go ahead and download it. I very rarely use that one, if at all, but there are a lot of people that use it, and so I'm gonna go ahead and download it. All right, so as you can see, once again, now you've got all of your different apps here that we've downloaded. Okay, and anything that we download extra may go into the Sideload launcher as well. All right, so now if you want to move these around, you can. It's really simple. Just long press the select button and you can move them however you want. So if you want to move that there, and that there, and let's say we want to down or move Netflix over, we use that a lot. You can click that there, and then YouTube, you can select that there. But once again, and just hit done, and then there you go. It'll save to where you had it. But once again, if you use these apps a lot, it's going to show up on this end anyway because it's going to be your most used apps. All right, so the next thing we want to do is we want to dive into ES File Explorer. Now, there is the Supreme Builds wizard from the Supreme Builds team. They have a great wizard, and what makes it so awesome is you can actually go in, download the wizard, and the APK files that we're going to download, you can actually just go into that app, and it's super simple just to download them that way. But I want to take you kind of the long way around that so that if something should happen, those apps go down, you'll know where to find them on the actual web browser, and it'll be a lot simpler for you in the long run. All right. So from here, we're going to go into settings, and then we're going to go into search engine settings. Then we're going to go select the one that says auto select, and then we're going to go down to where it says Google. Go ahead and select that. Next thing we want to check is the logger floating widget settings. We're going to go ahead and click enter there, and just make sure that it says notified by floating widgets, that's not checked. All right, so if it's checked, it's going to look like that, but we don't want it checked, so we're going to uncheck it. Simple as that. All right, we're going to go ahead and backspace all the way back out to the main ES File Explorer menu. Next thing we're going to go into is we're going to go down to Recycle Bin. We're going to click off on that. And then from here, we're going to go up to Favorites. Go ahead and click Enter. And then we're going to scroll down to where you see Google. So this is where we added Google from those settings that we clicked on earlier. All right, so here we want to go ahead and add Chrome. So we're going to go ahead and type in Google Chrome APK Pure. All right, it's going to be the very top one, so go ahead and click that, and then hit Download APK. Now, if you guys have any comments or if you have any questions, there's two ways obviously you can reach me. If you've been on the channel for any length of time, you know that I always leave my email down at the bottom of the description box, or you can obviously leave just a general comment in the comment box as well. Either way, I'll try to get back to you as quickly as I can, given time, and I'll try to answer the questions that you have as to the best of my ability. All right, so from here, we want to go ahead and open the file. and then we're going to go ahead and install it. And then just hit install. Okay, we're going to go ahead and open Chrome, because from here on out we're going to use that more so than anything. Now here we're going to go ahead and click off on the check mark. We're going to hit accept and continue, and then just go ahead and hit no thanks. And then we're in our web browser. All right, so from here, the first thing I want to download is we're going to go ahead and download the APK file called Aptoid. And then you can just use the one that says aptoid.com. Now what Aptoid is it's actually like the Google Play Store on steroids. If you go to look for Chrome, say on the Google Play Store, you're not going to find it. So once you download Aptoid, you can actually pretty much find anything that you could on the mobile versions or the regular Android versions. You can actually find it through Aptoid. So it's just a very expansive way to find more apps. All we're going to do is we're going to click that, install Aptoid. We'll give it a second, and this pops up. Go ahead and hit ES Downloader, and then just hit just once. And then we'll start the download process. All right, so from here, we're just going to go ahead and escape. Now, we want to go back to the browser. The best way to do that is to double click on your home button. And what that's going to do is that's going to give this option. All right, so we're just going to scroll over to ES File Explorer, scroll down, click on that, hit dismiss, and then we're going to go back into Chrome. All right, so the next thing we want to download is we want to download, let me make sure I've got my notes here correctly. Got so much stuff to download. The next thing we want to download is Terrarium TV. Okay, it's a great little add-on, and has a lot of the movies, the new movies, new release movies. You can search for movies, and it also has a lot of the newest TV shows and old TV shows. You can search for that. This live TV, all kinds of good stuff there. So it's going to be that second one. Just click on that. And then just go ahead and download it. Okay, it says it's been downloaded. We're going to go ahead and go back up. And then the next thing we want to type in is set orientation APK pure. All right, you may ask what that is. And what that is that's actually, there's going to be certain things that you might download APK file that might not necessarily fit in your screen because it's more set for a mobile app. And what this does is this actually allows you to set it to your actual screen. So it provides the right screen depth for the actual app itself. So we're just going to go ahead and click on the first one, and then we're going to go ahead and download that as well. All right. Go back up. And the next thing we're going to download is going to be Mobdro APK. Okay, we want to do the one that says this one right here. So go ahead and click that. Okay, and that downloaded. The next thing that we're going to download is Free Flicks. And it's going to be the very top one there. Free Flicks is another great add-on that gives you live TV options as well as most current up-to-date movies and TV shows once again. So you're going to have a lot of different options as far as viewing content goes. All right, and then the last thing that we want to download for all you gamers is Happy Chick. Happy Chick is pretty much the best app there is for emulating gameplay. You can download this and you can pretty much get any game that there ever was downloaded on any game system. Now I'll throw a disclaimer out there. You have to have actually owned these games at any particular time. So I'll tell you, I've owned all these games. So just remember that. You all have owned all these games that you're downloading. And like I said, I'll show you guys more videos on specific add-ons and APK files, and we'll go into a little bit more depth on that at a later time. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and hit our home button. That takes us back out the main screen, and as you see, you're going to see some of the things that we downloaded through Google Play. And then if you go to the Sideload launcher, that's going to bring up all the ones that we've downloaded. So okay. So now we want to go back into File Explorer. Okay, so once again, we would access ES File Explorer. We're going to go to internal storage. We're going to go to download. And now we have to install everything that we have here, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to click on by long select. Let's go back up here. Sometimes it's hard to, this is why I was saying it's hard to maneuver around, but you want to have the gray box around the actual app there, or APK file. So here we want to long press the select button, and that gives you like a check mark, okay? If you go up here and hit select all, that's going to check mark everything for you, and then we can go ahead and uncheck Chrome because we know it's already been installed. And now once we've got everything checked, we want to go down to more, go ahead and click that, and we're going to go up to install. And then from here, we're just hit install on these. Now, if I'm going too fast, remember you can pause it, get your bearings straight, or you can always rewind it, watch it back over and over again. But I tried to make this a little faster so that it's not a terribly too long video. Just hit done, and then you're just going to hit next, and then install. Alright guys, so now we've downloaded all the apps that we need, and the only thing that we need to do now is we just need to check a couple just to make sure that everything has downloaded. So once again, we're in the home screen, and all we're going to do is we're going to go to Sideload Launcher, and then we're going to select the ones that we want to check. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to check FreeFlix HQ. And like I said, this is a great app add-on. It, as you can see, has all of your new top hits right here, and it's in that wall format. But what makes this so wonderful is the fact that if you hit the menu button there, you've got TV shows, you've got anime, cartoons, you even have live TV, wrestling. If you're a wrestling fan, you've got the TV schedule. So as you can see, it's downloaded just fine for you. All right, we're going to go back into Sideload Launcher. And let's go ahead and check Mobdro, just make sure that it's up and running. It looks like it is. The one thing I wanted to show you about Mobdro is you got all of these live channels here, which is awesome. There's a ton of viewing content there. Okay, and let's go into Aptoid. And you can hit skip here. And there you go. So everything looks like it's doing really well. You have some updates there, it looks like, on there. But you guys that have just bought Nvidia Shields, or maybe you have thought about buying one, I definitely recommend it. It's one of the better Android boxes, probably the best, I would say. There's a lot of great content here. You can do YouTube videos if you decide to get into videos like I did. There's just all kinds of wonderful things that you can do, and it's all right here at your fingertips. And then you put the external hard drive in there, and bam, you have a very powerful device. So I would highly recommend it. The only thing that is left that you really need to see is you can go into Kodi, and let's go ahead and show you this real quick, because there is an opposite way to go actually into. If you go into System Settings, go to Add-ons, or excuse me, I don't know what I'm doing here. Add-ons, click to the right, go down to Unknown Sources, turn those on, hit Yes. Then backspace, go down to File Manager, down to Add Source, click Enter, and then type in this URL just like it is. It's repo.supremebuilds.com/. Okay, hit OK. And then we're just going to name it SB for Supreme Builds. Scroll down, hit OK. And as you can see, we have the URL in there. So now we're just going to hit backspace twice. We're going to go down to Add-ons, click Enter. Then up to the little install box, go ahead and click Enter. Down to Install from Zip File, go ahead and click Enter. We're going to go down to SB, go ahead and click Enter. We're going to go down to repository.supremebuilds.zip. Go ahead and click Enter. As you can see, the repository add-on has been installed. Now we're just going to go into Install from Repository, down to Supreme Builds Repository, down to Program Add-ons, Supreme Builds Wizard, and we're going to go ahead and install it. Okay, we're going to go ahead and click Enter again, and this time we're going to scroll over. Now, you'll get these pop-up boxes. If you get the pop-up boxes, that's great because you don't have to hit open. It's going to open for you. The only thing that I recommend is the 3 down on the bottom. Clear cache on startup, clear packages on startup, and clear old thumbnails on startup. If you do these, that's going to reset and clear all your kind of garbage that you gained along the way and make your builds run a little smoother. So if you do that, make sure those 3 are clicked on, then hit continue. This will pop up. Go ahead and hit build menu. Okay, and then if that happens, now you can just hit open. Now, this is what I was going to show you. I took you the long way around actually showing you how to download these APK files. But if you go into this, there's a couple things I want to show you. I think I've showed you this before, but if you go into maintenance, and then go down to system, tweaks, and fixes, click that. And then if you go down to let me see if I've got my bearing straight here. It may be on the wrong thing here. Oh, yes. You have to go into advanced settings. I just didn't see it there. So once you get in this menu, click advanced settings. And then we're going to go into Krypton advanced settings. And then you have the option here for the Nvidia Shield Krypton. All right, so go ahead and click enter. And then hit install. And then basically it says advanced settings has been successfully written. Once you click OK, it'll force close Kodi. All right, so what you did there was you actually made Kodi kind of run better for this particular build. So it'll run smoother, run faster, because what they've done at Supreme Builds is they've created this little extra help to make sure the builds run that much smoother. So and trust me, it does work. It really does. So we're going to go back into add-ons, click to the right, and then go into Supreme Builds again. Now this is the one thing that I was telling you. If you just did this to begin with, go to Kodi, download Supreme Builds Wizard, then you could have gone into APK installer, and there's your forks. If you want to add some forks, there you go. So now not only can, in fact, you can have up to, let's see, you can have up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different forks plus your original fork. So there you go. There's 10 different builds that you can put on your Nvidia Shield. You can also go in here into media and video players. There's your MX Player Pro and VCL Media Player. All you have to do is click enter. And then there you go, guys. That's all you would have had to do. You download it, and it's actually going to be on your main screen for your Nvidia Shield. So there's streaming live TV movie apps. So you've got Mobdro, there you go. There's Tram TV, Movies HD, Showbox. So you can start adding these on your Nvidia Shield. Here's the IPTV service apps. So you got Gears, there's Vader streams. If you have service through any of those, you can do that. There's Limitless IPDV. You've got Droid Buddy right there that you can actually download. You've got torrent streaming engines. And then here's your lean back launcher app shortcuts. So remember what I was telling you earlier about how some of these won't actually show up from the lean back launcher or on the lean back launcher menu from the sideload launcher. Okay, so now once you download those, then you go in here and click on the ones that you downloaded that are available here, and automatically these will show up on the main lean back launcher menu. All right, so there you go, guys. You have pretty much completed the first section to a successful settings of your Nvidia Shield. That's just a beginning launcher for you, I guess you could say. There's much more that you can do. Like I said, you can go into TV app repo, and you can actually maneuver your stuff around to where, like, for instance, Chrome can be on. So if you create a shortcut there, Now, if you go back out to the main menu, well, first of all, you have to install it. Then we'll hit done. Now looky here. There you go. There's your Chrome right there. So now you don't have to actually go into the Sideload launcher and then try to go that route. So once again, it's real simple. Just go into TV app repo. Let's say we want to do one for Aptoid. Go ahead and click enter, create shortcut. Wait for the install, hit install, done, back out, and there you go, there's Aptoid. So see, you can do that for all of your Sideload launcher apps. And that's why it makes this so popular, because this way you don't have to go in here, out, in here, out. Now you have it all set right there for yourself. All right. So one last thing, if you want to do any recording or screen recording, the final thing is you want to hit that home button and hold it down. And we'll close out on this. You hold that down and then it's recording, as you can see right now. You do want to make sure that your mic is not muted, and you want to make sure you're adjusting your settings to where the mic volume is all the way up, or you may run into some situations where, like I had problems earlier. Now I kind of figured that out. Believe it or not, I've had it this long, kind of figured it out, why my volume was a lot lower than what it should have been. So once you do that, then all you have to do is hit that button and it'll say start, and then everything that you do from there on out is going to be started. Then you hit that button again, press the home button, then it's going to bring up this, and then you just hit stop, and bam, you are good to go. So guys, I really appreciate you all supporting me, showing the love. Continue liking and sharing the videos, and let me know what you think. Hopefully this helps you out. I really truly appreciate it. If, like I said, once again, this is your first time happening across the channel, please click on that link below and hit subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell. That way you guys will be notified of any new videos that I come out with. So excited to show you guys this. Hopefully this really helps you out. I know you all been wanting to see this. And you guys have a great night. Thank you all.